Hi guys, this is Loving the Sparkle with Cindy. I'm here for another episode. This is part 7, I believe. I'll pick up where we left off. Hope everyone is having a good evening or a great day, one or the other, whichever is the best. I hope your paintings are coming out. And just keep tackling them in little bitty pieces. This one will go up in a couple of days. I'm trying to do a bunch of them up so that I'm not having to do them over the holiday. I will put out a list of, after I do, actually what I'm going to do is after I get done with Rainbow Bright, I am going to put about 7 pictures in the wheel, the tiny decision wheel, and spin it and let the wheel decide which one I do. And tomorrow I will let you guys know which ones I have on the wheel, because I'll have to get in my phone and write them down so that I can tell you. And I think I will do a tag tomorrow and do a get to know me tag. That would be interesting. Might find out some stuff about myself. Never know. So that would be interesting. Because I know Rachel's done a couple tags. Stitcheresa's done a couple tags. So I can find a tag from one of them and answer the questions, because I know they tag the tags. Because I didn't even know of such a thing before. Oh, I don't need that one because I already have that one. Yeah, I had no idea about tags, but now I do. So I will find a tag and answer the questions. And I will do an unboxing of my mail, do a mail call for the tripod. That way you can see the tripod. It looked like a pretty interesting one because you can put a camera on it or your phone. And it really wasn't that expensive. I think it was like $14, so that's not bad. And it comes with a remote control that will actually flip your Bluetooth to your phone and will flip you from forward facing to the other way, and you don't have to get up and do anything. It just does it for you. So that was kind of cool. And you can actually put a regular camera on it, which I have a regular camera, but I don't have an SD card for it. So I think I will be getting an SD card for it, and maybe I can make the pictures better. Or figure out how to use my cell phone pictures, because I always just took pictures of the grandkids, and that was it. And usually they're just flying by, so it wasn't like it was where you really had to work at it. Have you been watching all the videos coming out? Everyone's putting out such good videos right now. I just usually put them on in the background and do a little, something around the house and have it on in the background just for noise. Because there's not a whole lot on TV anymore. Plus, I got rid of my cable. I got tired of paying $120 something for nothing. Whereas now I just pay for Netflix and a couple other channels. I think Disney Plus. And that gets me Hulu and ESPN and a couple other things. And I just do it that way. It seemed like the best way. And for the ones who heard about my cat losing all of her fur off the back of her back because she ripped all her hair out with her teeth because she dropped the wax on herself, her hair has grown back. So I am so glad. I thought I was going to have a bald kitty for quite a while, but her hair has grown back. It took it about a month and a half. And now I try to get her to stay away from the Scentsy pot because that's kind of dangerous. I think she figured that out. She hadn't gone back up there. I had wax halfway up my refrigerator, across my kitchen floor. It was bad. And all over the cat. So I finally got all the wax off my refrigerator and my floor and the cat. Because that was yucky. Sorry for the sniffling. I don't know why, but it seems like once I get on TV, on the video, it starts sniffling. And I have yet to figure out why. But of course my nose is finally, and my head's not hurting, so probably my sinuses opened up. It was hurting down in my ears and behind my eyes, and I can't really go to bed yet because I got wet hair from dyeing my hair, but I got tired of my giant skunk stripe on my head because that's what it looked like. It looked plain out like a skunk stripe. And it's only been, it was just before I had surgery whenever I had I dyed my hair last. And I think, unfortunately, I left my little brush at my daughter's house. I was thinking about using a paintbrush, but I didn't. But I did think about it, you know. As a nurse, you kind of improvise. Well, I guess you could say ex-nurse, because I've already been told that I can't go back to doing that. Not unless I feel like having another surgery, and I really don't. So, but we nurses improvise very well. You kind of have to. And for all the nurses who are creators out there, I pray for you. I understand what you're going through. I just, because it's rough. It is rough. So I understand wholeheartedly. I mean, last month I worked, I came home every day and bawled and squalled. Because it is not a good time to be a nurse. At all. And then especially if you're a critical care nurse, because they're really going through it. I mean, critical care is hard anyway, because I did it for years and years and years. It's hard on you mentally, it's hard on you, it's just hard all the way around. But, yeah. That's all I got to say about that. My hat goes off to you. I pray for you every day. And for ones with small kids that are in school, that's really rough because, you know, schools nowadays, they're not being as careful as they should, in my opinion. Yep. Yep. There we go. How many pets do y'all have? Do y'all have pets? Do y'all have kids? Do y'all have both? I understand about that too, because my dogs make just as big a mess as the kids do. It's like they all share the wealth. You ever seen those memes on Facebook where the whole floor is all that white fluffy stuff? I couldn't count on one hand how many times that's occurred. It occurred the other day. They get their little toys and they play tug of war and rip all the stuffing out to get the squeaky out. Once they get the squeaky out, they're happy. I don't know what it is about the squeaky things, but anyone that has a dog, you know. Them dogs and that squeaky, they can't stand the squeaky. It's like that's their mission in life, to get that squeaky out. It's like, gotta get it. So even as a nana, it's like, it's getting better because they're all getting a little older. So it's not as bad as it was a couple of years ago when they were really little. But they can still make a pretty good sized mess. I'm still got those little white peanut balls that come out of like bean bags. They ripped all them out and stuck them inside the air conditioner vent. And it's been a year. And I still have little peanut things flying all over my house. And it's been a year. My back hallway's got little peanuts all over it from where the air conditioner came on, and it blew them all over the place. I don't know when that's going to quit. That has been going on for, God. The only room that they know they're not allowed in is my bedroom, and they still go in there. It's like I'll go in there and my bed will be tore up. Sometimes they've pulled on the chain so hard that it's flung around the blades. It's like, you're not supposed to be in here. But it's that room and my craft room. They're not supposed to be in either one of those. The rest of the house, free game. They have another bedroom. They have their living room, their bathroom, which they tear up every time they're here. But they're getting better about putting it back together, which is the good thing. For a long time, they didn't do real well at putting it back together. And how little boys can make such a mess in the bathroom, I don't know. But they do. They make a horrid mess. Horrid, horrid, horrid. I mean, horrid. I found a whole roll of toilet paper that had been doused in water. But doused in water and then let it dry, stuffed down in the toilet roll holder thing. So I had to throw that away. It's like, what in the world? You know, and toilet paper gets to be a hot commodity. There's times when you turn around and there ain't none in the store. I don't know what everyone's doing with all this toilet paper, but dang. But I'll find it. It'll be stuffed in that thing, soaking wet, and then dry it out. Kind of looks gross. And it's like, man, a whole roll of toilet paper gone. But it's nasty looking, so I'm not going to keep it. And then they'll get a hold of stuff that's up in the cabinet, and it's everywhere. And, oh. And that's the 4 and the 5 and the 7-year-old. They just have a heyday. A heyday. And it was like the other day, I was talking to the 7-year-old about how he would go over to Papa's 6 o'clock in the morning, be waiting on the porch. And he said, yeah, fun. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. My dad's like, yeah, he walks in and goes, chips, chips. And I was like, yeah, that's because I'm always telling him, no, no, only with lunch, maybe a snack, but you're not going to live on them. Because he'd live on chips and noodles if he could get away with it. Just chips and noodles. That would be all you'd have to buy for groceries. And he would be perfectly happy. He is a carb creature. And so, like, if he'll eat the meat, I'll let him have some chips. But if he don't eat the meat, he don't get no chips. He's finally figured that out, so he'll eat a little bit of his meat and then go, I ate, can I have chips now? But you gotta love the little creatures. You gotta love them. Because they're only little for a little while. And then they'll be big, and then they won't want to come out to Nana's. Nana's will not be fun anymore. Right now, they all like to come to Nana's. Either because they get free reign of the game system or YouTube. As far as, you know, what they can watch, there's certain YouTubes that's like, no. But most of them, they know what they can watch. And my granddaughter likes to sit in here and listen to Rachel Ray. She loves Rachel Ray's voice. She said it hugs her. And so she'll listen to Rachel Ray. And then she just laughs at Mrs. Coffee. And she likes Maggie. And there's much worse things they can watch, let me tell you. And they will find them. When my son was a teenager, I sat him down and asked him, I said, we need to have the birds and the bee discussion. And he looked me straight in the face and said, nah, Mom, I learned everything I need to know off Cinemax. I think my jaw hit the floor. It was like, oh my gosh. So when your child tells you that, it's kind of like, oh my Lord. And I never stayed up late enough to watch late night Cinemax, so I had no idea what they were showing on late night Cinemax. Let me tell you, late night Cinemax, that's got some rough stuff on it. That's just like Netflix for a while there. It had a couple of, my friend come over and I don't even remember what it was. It was like Love Story or something. And she said, oh, I heard this is such a #1 movie. If we watch it, because she didn't have Netflix. So I was popping up on my TV, and the first scene was like a full-on porn scene, and I was just like, oh my God, this is like in their top 10 where if your kid gets on here, they could just hit it, and oh my Lord. I think my jaw like fell out. I got a hold of my daughter and let her know so she could, kind of keep an eye on her kids so that they didn't hit it. Because it was just right up there in your trending top. And I finally got her kids where they don't go on my Voodoo and buy anything anymore. For a while there, they were buying stuff, and it was like, yeah, they went shopping. And then their thing is, well, we didn't know it cost money. It's like, yeah. My aunt did that to me too. Well, I didn't know it cost money. It's like, yeah. Yeah. Because I used to, when I worked in the cath lab, I would stay at her house every other week. And I mean, I paid her for staying there, but I stayed there so I had, my Roku hooked up there. And she was just like, well, I didn't know that cost money. And she was just getting shows left and right. It's like, okay. I mean, once I explained that, no, that's, if it says buy, don't hit the button because you're buying it. Then she didn't anymore, but it was like, yee. We all do that, passing subscriptions around. Like, they write off my Netflix, and I write off their HBO Max. And of course, I pay the most for my Netflix so that you can have, so many devices on it. But that's helpful when you're a family, because like, I don't watch HBO Max all the time, but every once in a while I'll get on there and watch a show. Like today I got on there and watched National Lampoon Vacation, the Christmas Vacation. God, I love that. It's not Christmas without that. And I got a Voodoo library that's like massive. Back whenever you could get ultraviolet streamed from the Walmart, you could like really up. I went and I took my son's library of movies, my daughter's, and mine, and took them in there, groups at a time. And it was like $3 a disc to upload it to your Voodoo account. So I got all of my son's DVD library loaded on there, and all of my DVD library, and all of my daughter's DVD library that were able to be put on there. So, I mean, it's like there's 500 movies on there. And they go way back. So that is really cool. It's even got Cat People. I don't know if anyone remembers Cat People, but it's even got Cat People on there. That is an old one. So that was really kind of cool. I wish they still had that because, but then they went to where they were putting it on your disc, and then it went to where it just went straight on your account when you bought it. And now my son's got the HBO Max where anything that's new pretty much comes out on HBO Max. And you can just watch it. In fact, I think the new, what is it, The Matrix? I think it's the new Matrix is coming out, and it's going to be on HBO Max. And that's kind of cool. Because I still don't want to go to a movie theater with all them people in there. Just, no. I've gotten too old, don't want to catch it. I don't even like catching the flu, much less anything that's like flu on steroids, which is what that's like. It's like flu on steroids. Right, roid flu. How many of y'all have little kids? Little itty bitties? Did you ever notice that if you catch little kid crud, you get so sick? I don't know why, but little kid crud will make you sicker than a dog. I mean sick, sick. Sick, 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 sick. The sickest I've ever been was from my grandson when he was little, and he had some adenovirus thing, and he had pink eye, which we didn't know at the time. And he grabbed my face, and I ended up getting so sick. I was out of work for a week, and I got this massive eye infection that my doctor stood across the room up against the wall, and I was like, what? And he was like, oh no, he said, that you're very contagious. He said, in fact, I'm sending you to an eye doctor. He said, they made an appointment, emergency appointment, sending you. And that was awful. That doctor took my eyelid and pulled it up and scraped it. And that was the most painful thing. I mean, he literally pulled it upside down, scraped it up, and then something about I had a bacterial eye infection and a viral eye infection. Nothing like that. And my eye hurt so bad I just laid on the couch and cried from him doing what he did. And then I had to do all these drops. And, oh, it was horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Every time I've been majorly ill, it's been grandbaby ill. Them little kids, they get them bugs and they just pop right back. Us big people get that bug and it lays us out. And I do mean lays you out. So you don't want no kid bug. Well, it's getting toward the end. I'm going to give my spiel. I would love for you to follow me. Hit subscribe, hit the little bell. That'll notify you when I have a new video. I would love for you to help support my channel, but it's not necessary. But if you would like to, it's down in the description area. This here is a heaven and earth design. It's a Josephine wall. Name of it's Once in a Blue Moon, because I've had a couple of people ask that. I'm almost done over here, and then I'm going to start over there with the moon, or with the planet, because I want to get to the wolf for the wolf along. Tomorrow I will get the tripod and do a mail call. We'll call them mail calls when it's just regular, because I got to order some diamond drills from Diamond Drills USA. And so whenever I just get mail like that, we'll call it mail call. So we'll do a mail call tomorrow. Y'all have a great night. And love, peace, happiness. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. And have a wonderful evening. Bye.